Hi everyone, Shell here with a very special cake to share with you today. I had a request for this double heart cake for a special 25th anniversary and just wanted to share it with you. So if you like stuff like this, stick around and watch me put them together. And don't forget to subscribe. So let's get into it. So I've started here by baking 2 sheet cakes of marble cake, and I've torted each of them, and I'm just going to put a generous layer of buttercream in the center and put each cake together, and then I'm going to stick them in the fridge to chill to make it a little easier for the carving process. So the cakes are now chilled and ready to start carving. And I searched the internet for a heart template that would fit what I was trying to do here. I definitely wanted a heart that kind of fishtailed off on the end. So I found something as close as I could get, and I knew that I could make it work with a little bit of modification. So I put it on the first one and I cut out the top of the heart because I wanted that to be level straight across. And then I just adjusted the template to make the cuts in the sides of the heart the way I wanted them to come out so that the 2 hearts would fit together side by side. So here I'm just finishing on the carving of the second one, and then I'm actually going to kind of scoot them together a little bit just to make sure that they will sit the way I want them to sit once I put them together on the cake board. So after a little bit of trimming and carving, I felt that I had them exactly where I needed. Our cakes are now ready for the crumb coat. So I'm going to start with the first one here and just give it a nice generous coat around the sides and on the top. And then I'm just going to take my scraper and smooth down those sides real good, and also clean up the top edges of the cake and get it ready to chill. And since I did not have a square cake board, I only had 10 by 14 available, so I did cut the excess off of the cake board to make it easier to store the cakes in the refrigerator to chill. So here I'm just finishing up the crumb coat on the second cake, and again I'll just take my scraper and smooth that out real good, and of course clean it up, clean up the top edges real good. And then these will be ready to pop in the refrigerator. I'll stick them in there for a good 15 or 20 minutes to give them a nice chill, and then I'm going to bring them back out to start the final coat on both of the hearts. So we're ready for the final coat on the first heart, and this one is going to stay white, so I'm just applying a generous layer of the white vanilla buttercream onto the cake, and just going to smooth it down real good around the sides, and then just on those top edges and across the top, just making sure we get a nice clean finish before decorating. I definitely had a beautiful vision of this cake decorated and covered in fondant with some nice detail, but buttercream was requested, so we're going to be sticking with the American buttercream for this cake. So I've got this first one smoothed down pretty good, and I'm going to pop it in the fridge to chill. And I'm going to start with the second one. And for this one, since it's going to be silver in the end, I started with coloring some of my buttercream with a little bit of black food coloring. Just a little bit, not to get it too dark, but to keep it with that gray color. And I'm just going to smooth it down real good and get it ready to pop in the fridge and chill as well. Time to start decorating our white heart. So it is chilled and ready to go, and here I'm just taking a butter knife, just the straight edge of a butter knife, and making some diagonal lines around the outside of the cake. I am now putting some edible pearls in the grooves of the cake where the lines cross each other, just to give that pattern on the sides. I believe they call it a quilted pattern, but definitely a very nice look. And here I'm going to pipe some of the gray on top of the cake to make some roses. And I decided to just pipe it straight onto the cake, just because, you know, my buttercream was a little on the softer side, and it was going to be a lot easier to do it this way than have to pipe them out and then move them from the flour nail. So here I'm just writing out the names Dale and Tracy, because this is going to be the second part of the message on the cakes. So now I'm going to the gray cake, and I'm going to kind of do the same thing over here. I'm using the white buttercream though to make the roses on top of this cake, but after that final coat, if you can see there, I've actually sprayed the cake with some silver edible spray just to give it that shiny silvery look, and you know, cover up that gray. We want to go for a white and silver on this 25th anniversary cake. So here I've went around the sides and done the same thing that I did on the white one, just making that quilted pattern and putting those edible beads in there, and I'm writing happy 25th anniversary on this side. So now the cakes are decorated and ready to be moved to the cake board that they will stay on. And I have a silver cake board here. I believe it's maybe a 14 by 17 or 13 by 17 board. And here I've got the white one already on the board, placed where I want it to go. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little border around the bottom. And I'm just taking that same writing tip that I was using and just piping a ball pattern around the bottom of the cakes to kind of mimic the look of pearls. And I'm doing the same thing around the silver one as well, just to give it that nice trimmed clean edge. So finishing that up, and our cakes are done. Hey guys, our cake is done. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload more videos in the future. Thank you for your support. See you next time.